Hello, everyone. This is Swiftwind, and long time no talk. Quite a few things have happened over the course of the last few months from my last video. Today, we're going to be having a little bit of a more different kind of discussion, but it's still relating to this upcoming guild war in some fashion, and I'm going to be talking about the Magna 3 raids. So I came to a revelation pretty recently, and I realized that these raids are very poorly executed, shall we say. I don't think these raids are very good in execution. I like the concept of them. I like them very much in terms of concept, but in terms of proper execution, I feel like they just missed the mark because there's a lot of things that can really go wrong with putting something like this in the game, and how beneficial it is for new players to actually reliably grind these raids. So I want to put together a list of pros and cons of these raids being in the game in the current state that they are in. So let's go over the pros first. As I stated before, I like how these raids are in concept. These raids are very, very nice for, unique team building, trying to fulfill the conditions of the conditional chest, and then for another chance to get, some really good loot. I think those are really, really good when, put on paper. I like the creativity that that a lot of players are coming up with, to actually build teams that allow for quick blue chest grinding, or to easily solo the raid. Some characters that have come out recently can really make these raids a lot more trivialized, which is fantastic. It makes the raids go by a lot smoother. But in practice, that's kind of where the cons start coming in. For one, I don't like how damage sponge the raids are. These raids have a lot of health, and I don't think that they should really be having this much health for the amount of difficulty that they are in. These raids take until rank 151 to fully complete, or to fully unlock. These raids take to rank 151. By the time that you're rank 151, you should already have your Seraphic fully completed. If you were not available for the 10th anniversary to get your free Ultima weapon with the Seraphic mod, you should also already have a few 6 Dragons weapons already in your inventory, free to use. You should also have a good chunk of M2 weapons in your inventory that you most likely are using very frequently. A lot of these weapons in the M3 raids have a lot of fluff. When I say fluff, I mean weapons that you would not really use at a high level because they're not really all that great. Most of the time you just want the Exalto and probably one of the side weapons. If not, then you're kind of just wasting your time if you don't happen to get the Exalto. Which brings me to my next point, the Exaltos themselves. Or, more specifically, the drop rate for the Exaltos. The drop rates for the Exaltos are at the same time as the Revens, which you don't unlock until rank 200, by the way. You have worse drop rates for the weapons, for M3 weapons. But you have better drop rates for Revens, which you don't unlock until rank 200. And some of these weapons you can use over the Exaltos. That's kind of baffling to me that they would have these weapons, have worse drop rates for lower ranked players, but have raids with better drop rates for higher ranked players. I don't know why they would do it like that, especially considering the amount of time that it takes to grind these raids. These are not raids that you should really sit down and try to grind out for an entire month. Because, they have monthly missions for the M3 raids, which they rotate out. And if you complete the raid 100 times, you get one of the Exaltos. And for your time, you just get one copy. It's not fully it's not uncapped or anything. It's just one copy. Why would they think of doing that way? I don't know. But I personally am not the biggest fan of that, because it just makes you feel like you wasted your time, because you're eventually going to have to get more anyways. So why not just cut out the middleman and just give me an uncapped Exalto? Then we have the conditional chest itself. It kind of clashes with my first point, one of the first pros. It takes if you don't have a specific team, you can just forget about making any progress on the conditional chest. Sure, you can call for backup and they'll be able to help you fill out that conditional chest, but if you don't have specific characters that actually have the skills necessary to actually get the conditional chest up to 10, you're probably not going to get the conditional chest until unless you hit 1 million honors for blue chest, which gives you a chance to roll for it. All in all, I don't think that these raids are bad entirely. I just think that there's a lot of issues plaguing these raids that makes the grind for them a lot more tedious than it needs to be. And I hope that Cygames actually really thinks about changing these raids in some fashion to actually help new players get the grind out of the way a lot faster. A few suggestions that I would personally make to change these raids is, obviously they're eventually going to add a skip function. That's just the long and short of it. They're going to eventually add a skip function for M3, because they realize that a lot of people are grinding these raids, so why not just make the raids go by a lot quicker? I just hope that the condition for the skip is a lot better than M2, because nobody wants to do these raids 100 times. The second is just increase the drop rates. Increase the drop rates for the weapons. At the bare minimum, you have 2 chances of getting getting a higher than 3% chance for the Revens weapons. You have MVP and Host, and those come at 3.2% and 5.6% respectively. For blue chest and conditional, those are less than 3. That's not acceptable. So, at the bare minimum, increase MVP, conditional, and blue chest to be above 4%. So it can be equal with Revens raids, so you can have more chances to actually get the N3 weapon. That just that just feels like the most plausible solution to me, because it takes so long to grind these raids out, and if you can't grind these raids out, then you're going to be way behind in terms of grid progress, and it takes so much resources to even get the transcended versions of the Omega Summons in the first place. The best way to get Eternity Sands is from raids that you can't possibly unlock if you're not ranked 150, if you're not ranked 200, or just uh, grinding out special missions that they eventually come out with, or just free Eternity Sands from possibly doing Arkham maybe. But either way, I am not very happy with how the M3 raids have been executed, and I think that there is a lot that they can do to improve them. So the grind for them is a lot less tedious. While yes, this is a grindy gacha game, I still think that they can make the process a lot smoother, because they did that with Zero's Knick Knack Shack Academy. That trivialized a lot of new players' grinds, because the amount of weapons that they gave them for free that were uncapped, it made me kind of crazy. It made me kind of sad that I had to go through all of that and new players just get all of that for free. But that's just the boomer talk. But yeah, I hope that they can see that these raids are a lot more tedious than they need to be, and they can just cut back on all the fluff, on all the BS that they have in there, because a lot of it is just wholly unnecessary. Anyways, I'll be making a video soon on Earth Guild War and my progress on my updates for my Earth grid, and hopefully I'll be able to make a video in time for that, because I thankfully don't have a lot of things going on that will prevent me from doing so. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, and let me know your thoughts on the M3 raids. I hope that they have been going well for you. I hope you've been more lucky than probably a good majority of new players, and me, of course. But I hope that your grinds are a lot shorter and a lot easier than mine. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.